Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about one of the beautiful poems, that is The Road Not Taken, written by Robert Frost. First of all, I tell you something about Robert Frost. That is, this poet Robert Frost. He is a well-known American poet and was born in San Francisco. Robert Frost is different from other modern poets. He is modern in the spirit and traditional style of his poetry. First of all, I tell you the introduction of the poem. The poem The Road Not Taken is based on a very common experience. The poet presents a dilemma of a man in a particular situation. One day, the poet, while traveling alone, reaches a spot where two roads diverge in a wood. He entertains a conflict as to which the road he should choose for his onward journey. He stands there for a long time and then decides to choose the road which is less traveled. He leaves the other road for some other day. Later he wishes he had taken the other road. At the end of the poem, he says that after ages from now, he would be telling about his decision with a sigh. His choice of the less traveled road has made all the difference of his life. So, here, children, the poet is describing about the choice of life, right? First of all, that was an introduction of the poem. First of all, I'll tell you the summary of the poem, what is to be told in the poem. Then some moral is there, what we learn from this poem, what is about that. In the very beginning, the poet is in a dilemma, that is confusion. What is the dilemma of the poet? So in the summary, we can see it. So the road not taken by Robert Frost presents a simple situation. One day, the poet, traveling all alone, reaches a point where the road forks into two. Forks into two means divided into two. So at that time, what happened? He faces a dilemma. He faces a confusion as to which road to take to continue his journey. That means now in front of him there are two roads, and these two roads, he has a confusion that which one he has to choose. He is unable to decide which road to follow. Now in this confusion, in front of him there are two roads. He is unable to make a decision that which roads he has to follow. So that is why, due to that dilemma, he stands there for long time. Very long time he stands there. So because why he stands there for long time? Because he has a dilemma that which routes he has to choose. So he gives a careful thought to each. Then he decided to choose the path which seems to be less traveled. So he was carefully observing both the roads. Finally, he decided that one road was less traveled. So he decided to choose that road which was less traveled. So he feels it will make all the difference to his future of life. So he decided to save the other path for other day. So he chose the road which was less traveled. At the same time, he thought the other road which he has kept for some other day. That is, he thought that on that road some other day I will travel. Okay, that was there. Obviously he know that, though he knows that he will not get a chance to go back to it. Yes, he knows that okay, the other road he has to use for some other day. So, and even he knows that it is not possible because he chooses this road today, and this road again go forward, and again diversion, again he has to choose only one, again he has to go forward, again he has to choose only one. In this way it goes like anything. So obviously he cannot even uh, come back to walk on the next road. So later he then what happened to him? Later, he might wish he had taken the other path. The feeling in his mind is that the sorrow and sadness. Obviously, he has a little bit sorrow in his mind. The poet feels that after ages from now, would he would be feeling about his decision with a sigh. Yes, according to the poet, by the end of the poem, he has a sigh. That means he has a sigh in the sense that he is telling about his journey with a sigh. With a sigh in the sense that is he is not at all satisfied about his decision. And he would tell how he looked the less frequented road, and that made all the difference in his life. So, with a sigh for ages and ages, with a sigh, he would say that once upon a time I was traveling on the road. So, there were two roads, and I took the one that was less travel. That has made the life very different. So, in that way, that is there. In that way, he thinks that with a sigh, that means he was not satisfied about the decision. So in the same way, uh, making a choice of life. So here I told you there are two roads in the sense that the two choices of life. It is not actually road, it is the two choices of life. So the poet has presented the difficulty of making choice in life. So this is to be told in this poem that this is the poet has find a difficulty of making choice of life. Even sometimes we also feel like that. We feel it is some seems sometimes difficult to choose something in our life. The same thing happened with the poet also. The poet felt a difficulty of making a choice in his life. We cannot travel all the roads available to us, obviously. In front of us, there may be different roads. Can we able to travel in all the roads? Is no? Is it? Yes, we can choose only one road. So we have to make a choice, and that determines our future. So in the same way, in front of us, there are in life there are many choices, and in many choices we have to choose only one, and that one would be very best, because that choice determines our future. The dilemma faced by the poet in making the choice is the dilemma that we face at some part of our life. In the same way, poet faced the dilemma to make the choice. In the same way, we also sometimes face to choose some point of our life. So we have to make a decision. So only the future reveals whenever the decision, whatever the decision, and we took the right or wrong. Having taken the decision, we go on life. Yes, sometimes it happens that we take some decision, and sometimes that it fails. We cannot come back to revert the decision. Yes, so if we choose a decision in our life, we cannot revert our decision. So decisions are like the steps to carry us forward. In this way, whatever decisions are there, those decisions are the steps to carry us forward. So we can only look back and repent our decision. A decision once taken cannot be undone. So sometimes we even get disappointed after taking the decision. So that is why once the decision is taken, that cannot be changed. So I would like to say that these two roads are the two choices of life, and in these choices we have to choose it very carefully, because once we choose our decision in our life, it cannot be changed. So that make our life a different one. So making a decision is the most important one according to the poet. Now because the poet's choice was different, so that is why he regrets at the end of the poem. So in the same way, after making a decision in our life, we should not regret. We should be happy at the end of the that at the end we should be happy after our we should be happy about our decision. That should be a perfect one. That is to be told in this poem. Yes. Now I tell you the main literary devices used in this poem. The main literary devices used in this poem is, that is, metaphor. Literary devices in the sense that figure of speech, alankar, that is used in this poem is metaphor. You know that metaphor, what is metaphor? That is, a metaphor is a kind of comparison, and it establishes a total identity between two objects. So like using without like or as. Jैसे in simile, in upama alankar, in simile we use like or as for comparison, but in metaphor we don't use like or as for comparison, right? So in this poem only metaphor literary devices is used. So then again I wanted to teach you something, that the yeah, before reading the poem I wanted to teach you something, that is about the rhyming scheme. Have you ever read about rhyming scheme? Have you heard about rhyming words? Yes. But rhyming scheme, have you heard about rhyming scheme? Oh, I'll teach you about rhyming scheme also before we start the poem. See, the first stanza, take the first stanza. First stanza, the last words, that is, in the very first stanza, see the last words of each line. See, first line, would, second, both, third, stood, fourth, could, underneath. Yes, next word is underneath. So in that, what we have to do for the rhyming scheme, we have to use A, B, C, D or E letters, small letters, A, B, C, D, E letters. So we have to see the rhyming. First of all, we have to see the rhyming words in this. That is, would, stood, could. Last words. So we have first of all we have to use A for wood. First line, last word would, that we can use A. That is wood. Then we have to see where these rhyming words are there. Would, stood or could. Would, stood or could. These are the rhyming words. So we these are the similar words. So again we are putting would A, stood A, could A. Right? Then second line, both. B letter we can give. So we have given B letter to both. Then what we can do is, then again both rhyming words are there. undergrowth. Which word is rhyming with both? Underneath. So we can give both B to underneath also. So what is the rhyming scheme? A B A A B A B A B. This is the rhyming scheme of the first stanza. So in this way, there are 4 stanzas are there. You have to find out the rhyming words first of all, then rhyming scheme. So you have to find out. Sometimes in same poem, same rhyming schemes are there. Sometimes it may be different. So you may find out the next stanza, right? Okay, we can start with the first stanza. Have you got the summary of the poem, everyone? Okay, listen to me carefully about the very first stanza. I read the first stanza first. 2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller. Long I stood and looked down as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Yes, I told you, once upon a time the poet was traveling. He was going somewhere. So he was traveling, and he reached one place where the road diverged into two. That is in a yellow wood. Yellow wood in the sense that is in the evening time, we can say. The two road diverge in a yellow wood. Here the poet used metaphor, figure of speech, right? And I'm sorry I could not travel both. Yes, there are 2 roads in front of the poet, but the poet could not travel to. He could not choose 2 roads. Why? He cannot travel because being one person, the traveler is only one. Obviously, the traveler is only one, so he could not even choose. He could not even travel both the roads. So he stood there for quite long time there because he could not choose. Then, so the 2 roads walked into two in a yellow forest, and the poet regretted that he could not travel both the roads at once. So he stood and looked for long as far as he could. At one of the roads turning emerged a small plants. So he could not make a choice. Okay, so that is why the poet stood there for quite long time. So the next stanza, then he took the other just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. So in this way, what happened? He was standing there for quite long time. Then he took the other road. There were 2 roads. Then he took the other road. What was the reason behind? That is, that road looked as fair and even promising as the first one. Right? So he took the other road. That one more reason is that it seemed to have better claim because it was overgrown with grass and was still untrodden. That means many travelers were not traveled on the road. It was grassy and many people were not traveled on the road. Though at the same time, he felt that as far as at the point, it too had been trodden in the similar way. So he thought that okay, the similar way, both roads he find that it was similar, but at the same time the other road was not traveled by many of the passerbys. It was even grassy and it was not trodden in the sense that suppose see many leaves may fall is since morning. So if somebody even walked means it may be crashed into pieces, but it was not like that. So the poet thought that yes, the second road is, that is the another road is better for him because it was not chosen by many of the travelers. Then the next stanza, and both that morning equally lame in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how leads on to the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Yes, the poet fell in the morning. Both the roads were looked very tempting for him, as the leaves had been trampled black. Therefore, what did he do is he kept the other road, that is the first road, for some other day. Obviously, he knows that the if he kept the first road for some other days, he cannot come back. Why he cannot come back? Because in front of him two roads. He has chosen one road. At that one road that go forward, again there may be two or three roads. Again he has to choose one. Again he choose one. Again he goes forward. Again choose one. In this way, that goes on, goes on, goes on, goes on. So that is life. So the same way he thought that, okay, let me take the second road now, and the first road, okay, some other day I can even use it. And he knows that he cannot use the first road again. Another day he cannot use it. He knows that because what is the reason? How way leads on to way. That means the word way leads to other way, again other way, again other way, again other way. So he doubted that if he should come back. That was the reason. That is therefore the poet kept the first road for some other day. Yet in his heart one beat was there. That means he knew that one road leads to another, and it leads to another, it again leads to another, and it might not be possible for him to return to the first road once again. Tell me, is it possible for him to come back? Because there are two options in front of him. He chose only one. So again, is it possible? He was thinking that the first road he has to choose for some other day. Tell me, is it possible for him to come back? Is it possible? No. Why? Why is it not possible for him to come back? What is the reason? What is the reason it is not possible to come back? Because yes, that is again he moves forward, again he gets road in this way. That means in the life it offers many things. He has to choose only one. That one he has to get satisfied also, because it was his decision, it was his choice. According to the choice he has to get satisfied, right? So he won't come back. He knows that he has doubt that he won't come back. He has doubt also, yet yet again he was thinking, okay, I'll come back once I next another time I can use that. Another time it won't come, he knows himself. Then the last stanza of the poem, I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. So we knew that the poet has chosen the second road. So at the last, what he is describing about, and even he is describing about ages and ages. That is, after many years, he is describing about what is that? What he is describing, that he feels that after ages from now, that is, I would be telling about my decision with a sigh. The poet is telling that the poet is feeling, that is, he has taken a decision and he is telling with a sigh. Why he is telling with a sigh? that is he is not satisfied by the decision he has taken. Now he has a regret about his decision. That is the reason he was telling about a sigh. Otherwise he won't tell with a sigh about his decision. So the poet is not satisfied with the decision he had taken once. So that is why ages and ages, that is after many years, he is telling about his decision with a sigh. Then with great regret, he is describing about his decision. What was his decision? That is to fork the rods into two in a wood, as I was undertaking a journey. That means he is describing about the journey once upon a time he had taken. That is, once upon a time, I was traveling somewhere. In front of me, there were two roads, it forked into two. Even I took one, that is, the less traveled road I took. He was just discussing with his friends, and even he took that road, less traveled road, and according to him, I took the one less traveled by. That means the year after year, that means after many years, after after taking a decision, after many years, he is describing with his friends, obviously. So that is, I once upon a time, I took that the less traveled road, and that was traveled by, yes, I took that was less traveled by. So I took that road, and even according to the poet, that has made all differences in his life. That means that made his life a different one. So that is why different one in the sense that he is not satisfied. That means he is comparing his decision with others. Others decisions were satisfactory, that is why they were not regretting. The poet is regretting about his decision. So that is why year after year, that is why year after year he is discussing with someone about his decision. So this poem conveys a very beautiful message to us. Have you got it? Have you got the stanza? And you have to write a paraphrase of the stanza also. So the poem conveys a very beautiful message to us. That means this is life, and in life, in front of us, many choices may be there. So any, when we choose it, and we have that choice is very important, and you have to remember that if we choose, that means I told you the two choices, the two roads in the sense are the two choices of life. That means when we choose anything in our life, that should be that choice should be very important occasion of our life. So the choice is very important. So we have to think that once we choose uh, for our future, so we cannot change it. So that choice is really very important. I hope you got it. So in this there are four stanzas are there. Four stanzas you have to, first of all, the rhyming scheme you have to find out. I told you how to find out the rhyming scheme. The rhyming scheme I told you, and the four stanzas rhyming. First stanza we have done it, and the next stanzas you have to do it, and at the same time paraphrase in the sense that in the meaning of each stanza. The meaning of each stanza you need to write in the notebook. And in the examination, what type of question it may come. And this NCERT questions also you have to do it. NCERT question, and at the same time paraphrase. In the examination, the stanza will be coming. 5 lines will be there and followed by question answers. So whenever you learn the poem, you have to revise the paraphrase and the name of the poem and the poet, and the message also you have to write in your notebook. And the message is very important. and it is not for the poem, at the same time it is for the life also. So the choice should be the accurate one, otherwise we will regret at the end of our life, we may regret. So we should not regret according to our